determine reality. Say it again. Relationships determine reality. Now, some of you may be going, what does that mean? Relationships determine reality. What does that mean? That means, how many of you have ever had this go on? You are fighting with your friends. There is drama. Good things are not happening. Only bad things are being said. It is terrible. You try to go to school and focus, and you can't. Has anybody ever had that happen to them? That used to happen to me all the time. How about this? Your mom and dad are mad at you, and it affects everything you do the rest of the day. Oh, yes. How about this? Boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with you. Sad, 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 sad. I can't tell you how many, so many of you are like, yes, this is my life. Yes. So relationships determine reality. Because if there is stuff going on in your relationships that isn't healthy, that isn't whole, that you don't know how to navigate, front row, I'm not going to tell you again, that you don't know how to navigate, then it will affect how you do your life. It will affect that. And God cares about that because he knows that it affects your whole life. So relationships determine reality. Okay, I'm just going to answer basic friendship questions tonight. So if you are a note taker, get out your notes. If your notes look like Snapchat, put them away, okay? Now, if you want to get out your notes and take some notes, this is going to help you. So let's pray before we jump into this. God, I thank you that you give us wisdom in the word. That there's not one area of our life that you can't speak to, that you can't help us with. And God, you want to help us in our friendships. So Lord, we just ask that you would give us your heart for having healthy friendships in Jesus' name. Amen. So tonight we are going to talk about friendships. And it matters, having friends. It totally matters. So I want to answer some basic friendship questions tonight, ones that everybody asks. So we're going to answer 3 questions for you about friendship, okay? So the first question that I feel like I probably get asked most often as a youth pastor is this one. How do I get friends? How do I get friends? And I mean, we've all had that experience where we walk into a new church, we walk into a new place, we go to a new class at school, we weren't scheduled with any of our friends, now they're on A days, you're on B days, whatever the case may be, and you go, how in the world do I get friends? Right? I think there isn't a person on the planet that hasn't wondered that at some point, how do I get friends? But I actually think it's better to answer that question with a question. What kind of friend are you? And a lot of people go, well, that doesn't make any sense. You can't answer my question with a question. That doesn't help me. That doesn't tell me what to do. I need you to tell me what to do. Like, what perfume do I have to wear that's going to draw in all of my friends? Like the gazelles on the plains of Africa, and I'm the lion. I'm just kidding. That's creepy. No, you're like, what can I do? What can I possibly do? If you go smell people at your school, don't you dare tell them it's because of me, okay? Don't you dare do that. Don't do that. No, I ask you that question, what kind of friend are you? Because you might think, well, what does that matter? Isn't it about having the coolest clothes? Isn't it about having the greatest hair? Isn't it about listening to the right music? Isn't it about any of those things? And a lot of you would be quick to answer, no. But how in the world do you think clothing trends get started? Because people want to fit in. People want to make friends. And everybody goes, I would never do that. And then I go, nice, you're wearing the same glasses as all the famous people. Do you know what I mean? We all want to fit in. And so everybody likes to say, no, it's none of those things. I don't have to be the funniest or the best dressed or the coolest. And you're right. No, none of those things will truly bring you friends. No, they won't. But let's look at Mark chapter 12, verses 30 through 31. It says, this is Jesus talking. And you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. And here's the key. Next verse. The second is equally as important. So what you just read, what I'm going to read to you right now, is just as important. Love your neighbor as yourself. No other commandment is greater than these. No other one. Now, it's crazy. Jesus, who is God, is saying, if I could sum up all of Christianity in two things, it would be loving the Lord with your whole heart and loving your neighbor as yourself. And that should tell you something, that loving people as yourself is the key to having friends. Now, you may go, what does that mean to love somebody like I love myself? Well, in the same way that you protect yourself, you care about yourself, you feed yourself, you do all of those type of things. I ask my children this all the time. Like when they're arguing and having a disagreement at home and they slap a toy out of somebody else's hand, I go, hey, would you be upset if they did that to you? And they go, yeah. Then don't do it to them. Oh, yeah. Love your neighbor as yourself. Jesus knew the secret to having good friends. Love your neighbor as yourself. Treat others how you want to be treated. Do you want to be encouraged? I think everybody does, right? Do you want to have somebody come to you and encourage you and speak into your life and make you feel like, yeah, I can do this? Who doesn't want that person in their life, right? Be that person. Don't just say, I need somebody like that. Be that for somebody. Do you want to be encouraged? Encourage somebody. What about, do you want to be picked or invited for things, right? So many of us, especially with social media, have had an opportunity to go, I didn't get invited to that. I didn't get included. They didn't pick me for this. They didn't choose me, right? So you do the inviting. You pick people. You choose people. You invite people. What about that? What about doing that? Do you want to be cared about? Everybody wants to be cared about. To feel like somebody sees me, somebody notices me, somebody cares about me. So go care about somebody. Find somebody to go care about. Sometimes we just want everybody else to do it for us. We just want everybody else to do these things for us. But we need to be the ones that we're doing them. Because if you love your neighbor as yourself and that's what you need, then go love somebody the way that you need to be loved. Go be kind to somebody the way that you need somebody to be kind to you. You know, a lot of times we're really bad in America at making friends simply because we're selfish. And we go, it's all about me. Everything's about me. Everything. But actually, it's the people that live not all about me that end up being surrounded by friends. Let's look at this quote. The people that are most loved are usually the ones giving the most love away. You know, when I think about the people in my life that I'm like, man, they have so many friends. Like Kristen. You saw her up here singing tonight, right? Kristen has so many friends, right? People just like Kristen. They just like to be around her. They just like to stand near her, you know? People like Kristen. But do you know what I know about Kristen? Kristen is always giving love away. She is always caring about somebody. She is always loving somebody. She is always listening to them. She is always talking to them. The people that are most loved, they are usually the ones that are giving it away more than anybody else. And so if you're going, I want people to like me, I want people to be my friend, then you're going to have to go, it's not about me. And I'm going to love people. And you guys, that's not very popular because we live in a culture that's like self-love, fulfill yourself. But honestly, the Bible is backwards from everything that we hear in the world. And so if the world is telling you love yourself and that's how you become somebody, then Jesus is saying love other people, and that's what makes your life matter. That's what makes your life matter. There are two types of people. If you are taking notes, I want you to write this down. There are two types of people. there you are, and here I am. Okay? Two types of people, and you get the privilege and the joy of choosing which person you're going to be. Now, I will give you an example. A there you are person. You come into a church or a birthday party or an after-game celebration, family event, whatever it is. You come somewhere where there's people, school, classroom, right? You go there and you show up and you are looking. You are looking for somebody. There you are. There you are. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, how was your week? Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, hey, how you doing? And you are looking for people. There you are. There you are. Here's the difference between there you are and here I am. You show up to the party and you go, here I am. Who's going to talk to me? Who's going to notice me? Is anybody going to say hi to me? When's anybody going to let me join their group? They're so cliquey here. They don't make room for me. Nobody talks to me. Here I am. Do you see the difference? You know, oftentimes when we live as a here I am person, people don't naturally want to talk to us because we look a certain way, we act a certain way, we behave a certain way. But when you force yourself, and I say that, force yourself, because I have been both people. I have been a here I am person, and I have showed up, and I've thought, why isn't anybody including me? And it feels terrible. But then when somebody said, maybe try being a there you are person, and I would show up and go, there you are, and just glad to see people and glad to say hi, even when it was really out of my comfort zone, all of a sudden, those events weren't so hard for me. You know, I've never regretted being a there you are person. I've never gone, man, I wish I had said hi to less people. Man, I wish I had cared about less people and made less people feel welcome. Don't get me wrong, I've had awkward conversations, but I still don't regret those. It's way better than being the person that's like, nobody likes me. Nobody wants to include me. And it just creates so many horrible feelings, and I've experienced them. So God gives us the opportunity to choose which type of person we're going to be. Here I am, or there you are. Which type of person are you going to be? All right, last tip for how do I get friends? We all have a different sense of humor, right? We all do. I mean, I will laugh at Home Alone till Kingdom Comes. Like, that is just forever for me. Elf, yes, all day. You know what I mean? But some people hate Elf. They despise it. They think it's ridiculous. And if that's you, I forgive you. It's okay. It's all right that you feel that way. It's okay. We'll pray for you after. I'm just kidding. So, everybody has different sense of humor. Now, there is a type of humor called sarcasm that not everybody gets. Okay? Not everybody gets sarcasm. Now, some of you by nature may just have a sarcastic sense of humor. And I'm not telling you that you have to go and change yourself. That is not what I'm telling you. But I am telling you that everyone needs to be encouraged, but not everybody likes being mocked. Everybody likes to hear good things, but not everybody likes to be teased. So as you are trying to have friends and make friendships and meet new people and things like that, if you are a sarcastic person, you're going to need to do a couple of things. So if that's you and you're sitting in your seat and you're like, I am normally very sarcastic. Okay, she's not telling me I need to change, but she is going to tell me I need to do something. So the first thing you need to do if you are a sarcastic person is think about why you might feel the need to bring others down in order for things to be funny. Okay? So if that's you and you're going, oh yeah, usually the way that I make people laugh is by tearing somebody else down. Why do I do that? I just want you to think about that. Okay? Think about that for me. All right. The next thing that I want you to think about is, are you willing to consider and pay attention to the people around you? If you are a sarcastic person, you must become a good watcher of people. Meaning, if you are sarcastic and you joke sarcastically a lot, you will have to get good at knowing what type of people are around you. You may go, oh, I recognize that this person can handle it. I think this person will cry if I say this to them. You will need to pay very close attention. And I'll tell you this, sometimes it's a painful game to test it out because you'll think, oh, this person can handle being teased, and they're very mad at you later. You have learned a very hard life lesson, okay? So if you are a sarcastic person, you need to be 100% willing to say sorry and 100% willing to pay attention to the people around you. And if they don't like it, don't joke with them like that, okay? Just a tip for how to get friends, okay? All right, you guys ready for question number 2? How are you doing? Some of you are like reeling from all of the information, like, wow, I am learning so much here. All right, ready? Question number 2. How do I pick the right friends? How do I pick the right friends? Is it because they do all the same things that I do? Is it because they talk like me? Is it because they dress like me? Is it because they like elf like me? I don't know. How do I pick the right friends? Okay, one of my most favorite quotes. Here we go. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. And I wish it wasn't true. I have had multiple people come to me and say, that's not true. There's no way that's true. Over and over and over again, it really is true. We become like who we hang around. And I've seen it over the 11 years that I've been a youth pastor. I've seen it so often where people start hanging out with a new group, and then all of a sudden, they dress like them, they talk like them, behave like them, choose like them, think like them. But they're like, I don't become like who I hang around. I absolutely do not. Now, your family is prime example. You become like who you spend the most time around. I would venture to say some of you, girls, talk like your mom. As much as you're going to roll your eyes at me and neck bob all the way, you might sound like your mom. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the people you spend the most time around. Josh and I can pretty much finish each other's sentences at this point because we spend so much time around each other. You become like who you hang around. Let's look at 1 Corinthians. This is a good one. Don't be fooled by those who say such things. Prior to this, people are saying things like, do what you want, live what you want. Society, they sound a lot like society. Don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad company corrupts good character. I don't know if it could be any more plain than that. Bad company corrupts good character. So if you start out, I want to choose Jesus, I want to follow Jesus, I want to please God, and you surround yourself with people who are like, I don't care about that, I think that's dumb, I want no part of that, I'm going to do what I want, look at what I want, put in my body what I want, do whatever I think. And then all of a sudden, your opinion about all those things changes. Because bad company corrupts good character. That's how it rolls. How about this? Proverbs 22:24 through 25. Don't befriend angry people or associate with hot-tempered people. What comes next? Or you will learn to be like them and endanger your soul. What? That's crazy, but it's true because it's in the Bible and everything that's in this book is true. It says, don't hang around with angry people or you're going to become just like them. And it's going to endanger your what? Your soul. And when he's talking about that, he said, hey, your walk with God is in danger when you partner your life with people that are not on track with Jesus like you are. When you link up your life with people that are not following God, naturally it corrupts good character. That's just the reality. Now, I believe that this works two ways. If you decide, I am not very good in school and I'm not getting good grades, hanging out with people that don't care about school is probably not going to help you. But if all of a sudden you surround yourself by the A-team squad and you're walking around and they're like, I do all of my homework and 3 extra credit reports, the chances are likely that you are going to start getting better grades because of who you surrounded yourself with. If all your friends are lazy and they don't want to get a job, and you're like, my parents won't pay for anything and their parents pay for everything, go find some people that have to have a job. And you'll get hardworking friends and you'll be hardworking too. It's funny how it works like that. I have a really good example for this about character being contagious. We've heard that word a lot right now because of COVID, right? Character is even more contagious than COVID. It really is. Because it will affect your entire life when you catch bad character, okay? There's no vaccine for bad character, people, okay? No vaccine for that. All right, so you can catch good character and you can catch bad character, right? Here's an example of really good character catching that happened to me. There was this like giant group of people living on the planet that they were experiencing something that I wasn't. And their lives were better. And they were fulfilled in a way that I wasn't. They knew things about life that I didn't. And it's the people that have watched Star Wars. I didn't know. Okay, so Pastor Ben, my whole life, my entire life, I was like, oh, Star Wars. And then Pastor Ben was horrified and he was like, Leanna, put that hand down, that's Star Trek. And I was like, what's the difference? I didn't know that there were hundreds of thousands of people all over the United States that know Star Wars line for line and could tell me everything about it. And yes. And I didn't know that my life was lacking and empty and cold. I didn't know. And Pastor Ben used to come to me and he'd be like, Leanna, what is wrong with you? You haven't seen Star Wars? I'm not exaggerating. He asked me what was wrong with me. What is wrong with you? You haven't seen Star Wars? And I was like, no, I'm just not interested. It's lame. And he was like, oh, Leanna, you need Jesus. He just could not understand. And so he wore me down. And he'd be like, hey, do you want to hear this Star Wars fact? Hey, do you want to hear this soundtrack? Hey, do you want to see this clip from Star Wars? Hey, do you want to see this book? Hey. And he would tell me things all the time until eventually he wore me down so bad that I was like, fine, Ben, I'll just watch Star Wars. So we went on vacation and he gave me a list, you guys. Hey, watch them in this order because it's chronological and you'll understand the story and you'll have less questions. And he wrote me a list of how to watch the movies, who was going to be in the movie, why it mattered. Hey, prepare here because the graphics change, all these things. You guys, I loved it. I loved every minute of Star Wars. Now I am privy to all of these jokes. I was like, oh, I understand this. I'm a new person. Hey, see, good character, good movie choices are contagious. Pastor Ben just had to wear me down, okay? How about this? This is a more serious one. When I came into this house at 17 years old, I started coming to Horizon. I'm 32, you guys. When I came here, thank you. Yes, clap for 32. 30. So, when I came here, I was 17 in my senior year of high school, and I was surrounded by people that I thought were nuts. I was like, these people are they really love God. I thought I loved God. I was going to a Christian school at the time. I was like, I thought I loved God. But these people really love God. They really love him. Their whole life revolves around God. And do you know what? That good character, that love for Jesus, that passion for his house, to live to please him, that was caught here. I caught that here. And it changed my life because I was surrounded by people that loved God more than they loved anything else. And I learned that here. It's why church is so important. We don't just tell you to go to church because it's a religious duty. We tell you to go to church because we know it's vital for your life, for you to be surrounded by people who love God and can compel you to grow. Come on, if you're racing somebody and they're pulling ahead of you, it causes you to race faster. That's kind of the goal of church. If you jump in and realize everybody's running faster than you, then run faster. Go after God harder. Ask him, what do you do to love your Bible? Why do you like worship? Why in the world would you give up your friends? Why would you do this? Why do you believe this? Why do you think that way? Start to run with people. Run with them and find out. But church is important, and finding the right friends that are running with you is important. What's the quality of your friendships? Right? What direction are they taking you in? I need a chair. Thank you. Yes, Darian, give me your chair and come up here and be my example person, okay? There, yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, woohoo. Okay, Darian, stand on the chair. Can everybody see Darian?
I get to be extra tall now.
Can everybody see Darian? Okay, Darian, I want you to pull me up onto the chair with you. Can you do that?
No.
Darian, come on. Darian, don't dislocate my shoulder, Darian. Darian, please. Okay, no, just try really hard as you can. It's okay. Oh, that's such a good stretch. It's such a good stretch. Okay, great. Okay, so you tried to pull me up there, right? All right. This is an example of friendship, of the quality of relationships you have in your life. See, Darian, when he stands up on this chair, go ahead and stand up on that chair. We go into friendships and relationships, dating and otherwise, and we go like this. See how much harder it is to pull somebody up? Pull me up, Darian. And we go, come with me. Come on. Pull harder. Come to where I'm at. And see, it's not that easy, but it's super easy to pull somebody down, right? You can have a seat, Darian. Thank you. Great demonstration. This is why we take relationships so seriously. It is always harder to pull somebody up. And a lot of times it doesn't always work. But what I do see happen most often is that it is easier to pull somebody down. And Jesus knew this. God knew this. He knew this. Let's look at Ephesians 5, 8 through 11. For once you were full of darkness. Before Jesus, that's how we all are, full of darkness. But now you have light from the Lord. So live as people of light. Next verse. For this light within you produces only what is good and right and true. Next verse. Carefully determine what pleases the Lord. So when you're looking at your relationships, what pleases him? Take no part in the worthless deeds of evil and darkness. Instead, expose them. So a lot of times we are linking up our life with somebody and hoping, I can pull you up with me. Just come to church with me one time. Just do this thing one time. One time. And a lot of times we just end up compromising, right? We just end up compromising who we are and what we think, and we make decisions that aren't the best. You guys, I want you to remember this illustration for forever. Now, the next question that I bet is running through your mind is, what about reaching the lost? Doesn't the Bible tell us we're supposed to reach the lost? So if we have to be careful about who we make friends with, how do we reach the lost? Absolutely, you're supposed to reach people that don't know Jesus. Absolutely, you have to do that, but you must use wisdom. The people that are the closest to you and have the most influence in your life should not be people that are not walking with the Lord. If they're your parents, that's different. and pray for your parents and surround yourself with really good leaders in the church. But I'm talking about your friends, the people that you're dating, all of those things, your friends. Who are you spending the most time with? If the people that you're getting counsel from and talking to about life don't know Jesus, the chances of you getting bad advice are very high. Very, very high. Just because you want to reach somebody and care about somebody and be friendly to somebody doesn't mean they have to be your best friend to do that. Doesn't mean they have to be your boyfriend or girlfriend to do that. It doesn't mean that. Sure, be friends, but that doesn't mean you have to go where they go. You have to do what they're doing. You have to say what they're saying or watch what they're watching or think what they're thinking. Being friends with somebody doesn't mean those things. Now, here's the next question. If you want to reach somebody that doesn't know Jesus, and a lot of times it's actually not about knowing Jesus, it's about holding on to our friends that we have. But if you really are wanting to reach somebody that doesn't know Jesus, you need to ask yourself this question. Am I easily influenced or peer pressured? Am I easily influenced or peer pressured? Will I cave in when they say, hey, you want to go here and do this? Hey, you want to do that? Hey, let's just do this. Are you easily influenced? Do you feel peer pressure? Do you cave? Some people don't. They're like, no, dude, I'm not doing it. I'm not going there. I'm not having that. I'm not doing that. I love you, though. Not doing it. Some people aren't shaken. Most people are. Most people really are. And so if that is you, and you know that you're going to cave and not make good decisions, then you need to have really good boundaries. I can only hang out with this friend in a group. I can only have this friend over to my house, but I will not go over to their house. Because whenever we go over to their house, they want to make really bad decisions. I will involve my parents and my leaders in the friendships that I'm reaching out to somebody. Now, again, dating is going to look different than this because there are all kinds of heart and feeling involved. But I'm talking about friendships. When you are making friends with somebody and reaching out to somebody that doesn't know Jesus, be their friend. But if you are easily influenced, then you have to have very, very, very good boundaries. And if you're a person that's having trouble figuring that out, come talk to us. We'll help you. We'll say, oh, well then let's figure out a way for you to hang out with your friend that's safe. How about that? Okay? And now the last one is, what if I end up alone, right? So you're telling me this about my friends. What if I end up alone? Sometimes, guys, it's worth it. It's worth it to be alone. And you may be thinking, Leanna, you're absolutely out of your mind. You've lost it. You've completely lost it. I can't listen to you. I can't listen to you anymore. But if the alternative is compromising and walking away from Jesus, then yes, it's worth it. Because nothing you ever experience on this planet will be worth more than Jesus. Not anything. Not any relationship, not any amount of money, not anything. Nothing here will ever be greater than knowing Jesus. Not anything. There's nothing that will take you from being on the path to hell and destruction and rescue you except Jesus. It's only him. No relationship here on earth, no person, no job, no grade, no sport, no friend, nothing is like Jesus. Nothing. The most costly things we sacrifice for our relationship with Jesus will be relationships here. And trust me, I've given up friends for Jesus. And I've had to walk away from relationships that were not good for me. And I've been alone. And I've been lonely. And I know what that feels like. I really do. I'm not somebody who's like, oh, you'll get over it. It's just being lonely. No, I get it. I get the crying. I get the feeling awkward. I get it. I get what that feels like. But I can tell you that going through that season was absolutely worth it because I kept my relationship with Jesus. And I got to know him in a way that maybe I never would have if I hadn't been forced to make Jesus my closest friend. And I want him to be your closest friend. I really, really do. And the Bible tells us that God puts the lonely in families. And so in my loneliest season, I ended up at a small Christian school where everybody knew each other and nobody knew me. And I was just the weird new girl. I'd come from a school of like several thousand kids, guys. And then I go into a school of 100 kids. And everybody knows each other and everybody's been with each other forever. And I just began to ask God to give me a good friend. And he did. And she's still my friend today. And she loves Jesus. And she helped me grow in God. And I helped her. But it took praying and it took being willing to go through a season of being alone. I know that it's hard, but I promise you it's worth it. Last question. We're going to wrap up in about 5 minutes. How do I keep my friends? How do I keep them? Some of you are really good at getting friends, right? Some of you are really good at making friends, and then you're not super great at keeping them. And you're like, my friends are always drama and they always leave. Or oh, I won't go there. That's for next week. All right, so go there, he said. Go there. Go there. Okay, here it is. I hear this from girls so much. So much. It might be a thing for me. I just can't be friends with girls. They're too much drama. I can only be friends with guys. No, girl. No, girl. You need healthy girl friendships because guy-girl friendships get messy. And don't you sit there and tell me they don't. They do. They get ugly because I sit with you guys after 4:18 and he didn't like me and I thought he did. I thought you were just best friends. Okay, so here we go. How do I keep my friends? How do I keep my friends? This will actually answer that question of I can only be friends with guys because girls are too much drama. Ladies, please take note. Take note as I talk about this because we are fully designed to be friends with each other. Just like guys need guy friends, girls need friends that are girls. It's just the reality. It's part of being in community, okay? Here's your first clue. You're going to love it. Become unoffendable. You want me to say it again? Become unoffendable and quick to forgive. Unoffendable and quick to forgive. You know, society has taught us that we can hold on to our grudges, and that's not what the Bible teaches us at all. It actually teaches us to be very quick to forgive. And I'm not telling you quick to trust. Like, hey, this person has a pattern of hurting my feelings a lot, and so I'm going to trust them with really important information. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're quick to forgive. You're quick to forgive, and you're unoffendable. Let's look at Colossians 3:13. Make allowance for each other's faults. Do you know if you translate make allowance all the way out in the Greek, do you know what that would read? Put up with. Put up with each other's faults. What? Put up with each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Not some of the people that offend you. Not sometimes. Not when it's a little offense. Anyone. Anyone who offends you. And remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. You guys, sometimes we're not very good at keeping friendships simply because our feelings get hurt all the time. And it's not like, oh, that didn't make me feel good. It's because when we feel that, we hold on to it and we become offended. And we let everything offend us. I mean, let's go ahead and just look at social media. You can't say anything on social media without somebody being offended. I mean, come on. If I want to talk about pizza with pineapple on it all day, somebody is going to talk to me about, that just offends me as a person. That just assaults my character and who I am. Your pineapple-loving pizza. Come on. You know it. You know it's true. Everybody is like that. It offends Josh. Well, good thing we're married. You got to forgive me. I mean, everybody is so easily offended. You just don't get me. I don't like you. You think that way? I'm never talking to you again. You said that about me? You said that about me in first grade? We're seniors now. I remember. Oh, come on. Girls are the worst for this. I remember what she did to me in fifth grade, and I'm 27. I can't be friends with her. Oh, come on. You guys laugh, but you know it's true. Dudes are like, let's punch it out and be done. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't want anybody to hit me. Don't touch my face. This is the moneymaker. This is the moneymaker. So, here's the thing, guys. I want you to think about what I'm saying. Are you easily offended? And are you quick to forgive? When somebody does offend you, are you going to assume the best about them? Are you willing to be somebody that sticks it out? Like, how many of you have ever had a friend that's going through a hard season, and so maybe they're not very nice to you? Like, mom and dad are getting a divorce at home. And so every time they talk to you, it's really rude. But we have a tendency in our culture to go, peace out. I am not hanging around somebody that talks to me that way. I will not tolerate that. But there's something special about the people who stick it out. And stick it out long enough to find out, oh, your mom and dad were getting divorced, and that's why you were behaving that way. Oh, actually, divorce, how high it is, you guys, that's a sign that our culture doesn't know how to stick it out. When things get really hard, and I come from a divorced family, that it's really hard to stick it out. If adults have a hard time sticking it out, everybody has a hard time sticking it out. Come on, this is a culture that celebrates drama. Look at the shows. Everything is about drama. Let's not be people that celebrate drama. Let's be people that say, I stuck it out. And then if you find out that that person is just plain mean, let's talk about if you need to stick it out. But if we jet every time something gets hard in a relationship with our friends, we're not going to have very many. You know why? Because people are people-y. We do all kinds of people-y things. Like say things that hurt each other's feelings and smell weird sometimes. And we don't know what the other person is thinking, so we act awkward. Let's stick it out with people. Let's hang out with people and not just jet when things get hard. Here's a quick one. I'm going to finish this up. We're going to wrap it up. Don't be drama. Listen to me. Don't be drama and don't make drama. If you are that person, if you are the drama person, I thrive on drama, I tell drama, I am in drama, I want drama, but I hate drama. You guys all tell me that. Oh, I just hate drama. But the people that tell me, I hate drama, they're always in drama. They are drama. Is your name Drama? I don't know. Okay. So, yeah. Here's one of the things that you can watch out for with drama. Gossip. Gossip is one of the quickest ways to be drama and make drama. If you have a bad habit of talking about people, come tell a leader so we can hold you nice and accountable. Be like, hey, why are you talking about that person? Watch your mouth. Would you want them to say that about you? Hey, let's talk about you now. Well, we can help you. Coming from somebody who has gossiped about people and then got caught gossiping, it feels terrible. It's awful, you guys. And I've been gossiped about. And that's terrible and awful. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Hey, if you want to keep your friends, be trustworthy with your words. Be someone your friends can trust. Why don't you be known for speaking well about people? Instead of being the one that everybody goes, they have dirt on everybody, and they tell dirt on everybody. What if you become the person that goes, I just always have something good to say about somebody. And if there's a problem, I only talk to people that are a part of the solution. That's it. And then everybody starts to know you as the person who speaks well of everybody else, and then everybody wants to trust you with their friendship because you're trustworthy. Last one. Be more than a friend who is a Christian. be a Christian friend. Be more than a friend who is a Christian. Be a Christian friend. Now you go, what's the difference? That's a 1 + 1. Like, that is the same thing. No. A friend who is a Christian is like, hey, this is my side thing. This is kind of what I do. I do this on the weekends, but this is me. No, be a Christian friend. When you're a Christian friend, you go, man, I'm sorry. Let's pray about that right now. Like, at any time, if I wanted to, I could be like, Gabri, can I just pray for you? Gabri is a Christian friend to me, and I am one to Gabri. I have no hesitations about praying with Gabri. If you want to be more than a friend who is a Christian and you want to be a Christian friend, you have to get past that uncomfortable place and go, I'm going to pray for my friends. I'm not just going to pray for them. I'm going to pray with them. I'm going to invite them into every part of my life because every part of my life is about Jesus. The way I am at home, in school, in church is the same, so they know that they can trust me. I'm not nice at church and a gossip at school. I'm nice at school and at church. I'm known for speaking well of people. I love my friends. I pray for them. I stick it out with them. I show them Jesus. I speak the truth to them in love. You know, my greatest friends in my life have done these things for me, my truest friends. They've prayed for me. They have loved me. They've spoken truth to me. And when I say spoken truth, when they have seen areas in my life where they go, I don't think that's okay. They haven't come to me and been like, I can't believe you're doing this. You must not love Jesus very much. Faker. They haven't done that. They come to me and they're like, hey, Leanna, like, I see this thing and I just don't think it's you. Am I seeing this right? Is this what's going on? And they've called me higher. So don't go to your friends with attitude and be like, live better, boo. Don't do that. Nobody wants to hear that. They're going to be like, get out of here, boo. But be like, hey, I see that you're great and you're this and you're this. This doesn't match up. Like, I just believe God has more for you. You have to be okay. How about this? Proverbs 27, 5-6. An open rebuke is better than hidden love. Okay, next one. Wounds from a sincere friend are better than many kisses from an enemy. Enemies will make you feel good, but they won't tell you the truth. But a sincere friend will wound you sometimes and go, this behavior is not okay. And that wounds, and nobody likes to hear it. But it's so much better than people that won't tell you the truth. Because people that won't tell you the truth don't want you to go any higher. But the people that will tell you the truth believe in God's plan for your life. Find yourself friends who will speak truth, who will be more than a friend who is a Christian, who will be a Christian friend, and you be that person too. Let's stand to our feet.